visible over a rear section of fencing. The fire department arrived within minutes and the flames were quickly extinguished. Willie D. Baker, general manager of the lumber yard, estimates damages of between $5,000 and $10,000.
Charlie?
Problems still plague the Bay Ferry service with the fourth breakdown.
What do you want?
In weeks. The highway department.
What are you listening to?
The boats will be rotated in dry dock.
What do you think I'm listening to?
Thoroughly inspected and repaired.
You don't have to jump down my throat.
And will be announced on this station every morning after the farm price. Now look at the weather. Clouds and general overcast for most of the day.
Sorry.
How come you're always listening to the news?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm gonna mark that down with a red Crayola. First time you ever didn't want to talk about something.
It's better if you don't know, for your own sake.
What do you mean for my own sake?
I don't want to implicate you.
I don't mind if you implicate me.
Implicate.
Implicate me. Really? I mean, I asked you, so if anything happens, it's my own fault, ain't it?
All right. I'm a lawyer.
A lawyer? A real lawyer?
Ah, you think a man has to be white to be a real lawyer?
No, that ain't what I think. I know there's colored lawyers. If it wasn't for them and the preachers coming down from up north to stir up trouble, there wouldn't be no trouble down here.
You really believe that, don't you?
Ain't that why you came down here? To stir up trouble?
If you stop asking so many questions, I'll tell you why I came down here. As I said, I was a lawyer. I worked for a very large firm.
Where was it? Your office?
New York.
Kinda thought so.
Well, I felt pretty smug, pretty safe, pretty important. Helping a lot of white people solve their problems. Too many things were happening. Too many other black men were standing up for change, demanding it, shaking the tree. And I wasn't a part of it.
Why?
Because I was too secure, I guess. Anyway, I decided to take a look at my roots, so I came down. When I got here, some black students on the little campus were on strike. They were asking for a voice. And they weren't just asking, they were laying down the law.
What did that have to do with you?
Well, I wasn't sure. I had to see for myself. So I went over there. When I got there, some of the black students had decided to go on a protest march. And for the first time in my life, I went out on a limb. I joined it. We left the campus, marched through the main street of town, all very orderly. And then I noticed white people on either side of the street, laughing, jeering. Every now and then a rock would come flying in. And one of them got off the curb and came up to me and hit me. And I hit him back. First time I'd hit anybody since I was a kid. And then they all swarmed off the curb and started beating me, kicking, yelling, screaming. And I fought back. I butted, I bit. And then I broke loose and ran. Oh, I ran. With that mob behind me yelling and screaming. I knew if they caught me, they would have killed me. For the first time, I knew what it felt like to be a nigger. I ran until I thought I couldn't run anymore, and then I kept running. I ran into an alley. I heard a man yelling behind me, and I wondered where he got the breath to yell. The alley was a dead end, and I knew I was trapped. Without knowing how it happened, I found myself curled up in a ball in the dirt, with that mob kicking me, yelling, till suddenly I realized there was no mob. There was just one man kicking me. I grabbed his leg and pulled him down in the dirt. And I looked at him, and it was his turn to be frightened. He grabbed a brick and tried to hit me with it. I got it away from him.
What happened?
I killed him.
Oh, my poor Charlie.
How do you feel?
Okay, I guess. But it keeps kicking. I won't have no baby. I just won't. It ain't fair.
No, I don't suppose it is.
What am I gonna do?
Go back home.
My daddy says he never wants to see me again.
Well, maybe he's had a change of heart.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Found that by the side of the road.
Horse corn.
Oh, is that bad?
Well, you can't eat it.
What's that?
Just something I scraped together. You're always so picky.
Maybe we ought to eat the tree.
What are we gonna do, Charlie?
You know as well as I do, we're gonna have to leave here soon.
Sure. Eventually.
Not eventually, Marlene. Much sooner than that.
Like when?
Well, I pretty much decided to leave Christmas Day.
Christmas?
Yeah, everybody will be home with their families. The road should be empty as our shelves.
But that's real soon.
I know. You need a doctor. There must be social agencies even down here.
I wouldn't go to one of them places.
Why not? They don't care if you're married or not. There must be hundreds of girls in the same predicament.
I ain't hundreds of girls.
You can't stay here and starve.
I know. We can get food at Mr. Treadwell's. We got money, my nest egg. I'll just go to the store.
What if he gets